Okay, this is recording. So, I finally played Black Ops 3's campaign, and what the fuck was that? So, I started this playthrough about 3 months ago on realistic, and I don't have the patience for that. It put me off, honestly, over 3 months. I did 3 or 4, I think it was 3 of the campaign missions on realistic, and the fact that any damage you take is a death is just too much. Um, so I lowered it down to veteran just to complete the playthrough. I have no interest in ever playing that piece of shit again. So let's jump in. No skips, no rewinds, just raw hours of future warfare, robot arms, trippy dreamscapes, and way more questions than answers. This isn't some deep dive or lone explainer. This is just me talking to you about what it felt like to actually play it for the first time. So just heads up, there are some spoilers. Alright, let's start at the top. So first mission drops you into Ethiopia. Standard Call of Duty vibes. Breach this, shoot that. So walk behind the squad. Honestly, it felt fine. Kind of generic. Wasn't the worst in terms of like mechanics, especially for a Black Ops game. It didn't feel as heavy, but the opening is very Call of Duty, doing Call of Duty things. You get blown up, you get your limbs mangled, boom, now you're Robocop. So it was pretty apparent right from the get off that there is no room to get shot. When I started playing, I thought, yeah, that'd be cool, but it's such a grind. It isn't a hard game. Realistic isn't hard. It is just a case of rinse and repeat until you find a path that works. So, as I said, I didn't play this game for a number of months, and I just wanted to get it over and done with. So, load it down to veteran, and I ran through it in about 6.5 hours. So, from the point on, this game goes full cybernetic sci-fi horror. Really confused. You are not just a soldier, you're a test subject with a computer in your head that can now hack drones, throw fireballs, and help people with brains. Like, it's fair. Sounds cool, I guess. Yeah, for about 5 minutes. Then it keeps going. The gunplay, as I mentioned, isn't bad. Mechanics in general aren't bad. It's actually quite nice. Guns feel pretty good. Movement, snaps, the combat areas or arenas are wide enough that you can kind of choose how you approach the fights, but something felt off. It's like the campaign was designed for more co-op chaos and solo immersion. I guess that makes sense because it is a co-op campaign. Half the time I felt like I was third wheel in my own story. NPCs, I don't even know if they're talking to me, talking over me. Couldn't even find them half the time. They clear out rooms, which is pretty cool. They seem a bit more advanced than previous titles. Before you can even get a shot off, a lot of the time they are actually shooting. So I kind of wish they didn't do it as well. I know it sounds silly, but it sort of took away from the main character, if that makes sense. Yeah, you know, who wants to be the Uber driver in the main character story arc? But whatever. As for the actual dialogue, it tries, and it tries so hard to be deep and edgy, but after a while, it's just fucking shit. It's so mid. A lot of the time, I was zoning out with the cutscene. I don't like to skip it, but I was just dying to get out there and ready to shoot shit.
Overwatch shows CDP allies ahead. Looks like the Nile River Coalition are in town.
You kidding me?
Then we hit the halfway mark, and it's like something flipped. The what if we went insane switch? Like, honestly, then we hit the halfway mark, and it was like somebody just whipped.
Warlord, get to cover!
Then we hit the halfway mark, and it's like someone flipped the. What if we just went insane switch? Suddenly, you're walking through a glitchy memory of sequences, underwater cities, frozen forests, fucking weird LSD dreams, all sorts of shit. I couldn't even tell you why I was in the game, how it even got to be in that state. See, yeah, really confused, even just trying to explain it, like, just honestly couldn't tell you what the fuck they were thinking.
Robot squad activating.
I'm not even gonna lie, paused the game at one point, I literally stood out loud like, what the fuck am I playing? Turns out this is the kind of point I guess they were trying to get. I don't know. Black Ops 3's campaign isn't really about war, it's about identity, control, trauma. And it's all wrapped up in this Black Mirror-ass mind hacking AI is watching you storyline. I use that word very loosely. The deeper you go, the more it feels like the story is just melting. And to its credit, that's not that interesting, but it by the final missions, you're not even in a war zone anymore. You're inside memories, fighting nightmares, and trying to piece together whose faults are actually whose, or if they're yours. Boss fights go from shoot the big guy to fight your own mind. You literally gun down people made of code, and the story just keeps looping back. The frozen forest, the frozen forest. I'm sick of hearing about this fucking frozen forest. When you do get to the frozen forest, it's such discipline. What you're made of. It's like Black Ops 3's version of Inception. Fight it. I guess it's like a metaphor, a place, a trap. It sounds really cool until you hear it about 300 times, and then you get there and it's fucking shit. But still, we kept grinding, and when we finally get to the end, it keeps going. So, the ending. Boy oh boy. You walk into the light, you die, or you live, or you become the dead guy from Mission 1, or maybe you were Taylor all along. The campaign ends with this open-ended twist that basically says you figure out. It's the kind of ending where you're just sitting in silence, controller still in hand, trying to decide if you were just punked, or if you witnessed a low-key brilliance buried under layers of sci-fi nonsense. Or how I personally took it, they got so confused they couldn't keep up with what the fuck was going on themselves and didn't know how to end it. And that's pretty much my experience with Black Ops 3 in a nutshell. It's a game that tries so hard to be deep, kind of forgets to make you care about the people you're with, the story it's telling. All I remember is a couple of fucking glitchy trees. I know there was robots, but I couldn't tell you anything about them. The fireflies that explode, they were pretty cool. I used them a lot. Do I remember my squad mates' names? No. I'm not even sure if the guy at the start was Taylor, or if there was anyone called Taylor. So yeah, Black Ops 3 campaign, was it good? Honestly, absolutely not.
What's your name?
I still don't know what
I said, what's your name?
the story was even about, or
Taylor.
what should have happened, what did happen. It was weird. It wasn't as boring as probably made it sound, but it didn't make me want to keep but it also felt like a game that I wanted to be a philosophy class and a Michael Bay movie at the same time, and ended up being Thief 3. You know, just narrated by Siri. If you've never played it, it's probably not worth playing. Just if you are gonna play it, just don't expect Modern Warfare level storytelling, and maybe get the diary of what's going on. Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for listening to me ramble. If you've got your own backups, free thoughts, drop them in the comments. Love to know what the fuck actually happened. I generally mean that. Genuinely mean that. So, did you get it? Because I certainly fucking didn't. Anyway, installing Infinite Warfare. See you in